City of Toronto, the home of the Raptors, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Raptors make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road.
Yeah, and you know, we're always looking for motivation. I think there is a lot of pride going into this game for this group, looking to avoid the season sweep after dropping those first two. They'll play with a lot of that motivation.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Here's Poeltl, and the dunk by Poeltl.
How about Poeltl, the Austrian Hammer?
And just about a minute into the first quarter. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
Now, here's Quickley. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Nowitzki for three. Rebound by Williams.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
There's a screen by Williams. Deep two from Ball. Toronto grabs the miss.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
2024, Brent, was a momentous year for Scottie Barnes. His first All-Star appearance.
Well, Kevin, an amazing accomplishment for such a young player, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface. There's been so much exploratory with Scottie Barnes. What I'm interested in the maturation process is when Scottie makes winning the most important thing, where he's pushing his teammates and taking on responsibility. That's when he's going to cross over into superstardom.
It's his first trip to the line.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. To the left side wing. It's rebounded by Scottie Barnes.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Drills the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And here is Ball. Dirk Nowitzki getting his three to go. Ball with the bucket.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Now here's Nowitzki. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
A tough matchup for the smaller defender there. Just shot right over the top without thinking twice.
And here's Miller. Dirk Nowitzki getting his three to go. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for him. Guys?
Thank you, David. For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say Brent did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents members of the Austrian national volleyball teams and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
Now, here's Ball. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Good creation by Ball off that pick and roll. He can find clever ways to beat the defense.
Here's Ball. Here's Williams. Lays it up and banks it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Pass to DiVincenzo. To the paint. Onside, Barrett. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Mark Williams.
Yeah, Barrett is a strong finisher, so don't expect a little bit of contact to stop him cold.
R.J. Barrett has established himself as a guy who can play a lot of different roles. Brent, a very versatile player.
A versatile player, Kevin, for sure, and the scoring has been there, but I don't think that's what you rely on with R.J. Barrett. You want him to be a complementary player that plays in different positions on the floor to put the defense at a disadvantage. He's that skilled, and he has that ability to grow that way.
And the three ball is good.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Here's Mann. Nobody near Nurkic. Drills it from outside.
Not bad. Nurkic with a nice shot there, especially off of that assist.
Pass to Barrett. Out to the right wing. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Hornets on top, leading by 3.
The Hornets, 16.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play. Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, Barrett, a nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
Inside, Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Barrett, no good. Hornets leading by 3. Pass to Mann. And here's Nurkic. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Shot clock at 2. Out left to the wing. Buries it from three-point range. Filipowski's got 6.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Mann. No good with the triple. Over to the wing. Here's Filipowski. And he hits it to tie the game up. He's got 8.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Mann gets the bucket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Pass to Salon. Back to Mann. It's deflected.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
They now take the lead. Barrett's got his second bucket of the night.
Using some muscle there on the finish. I like seeing Barrett be active inside.
Here's Salon. Back to man. From deep. Filipowski grabs the board.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started. Yeah, R.J. Barrett can do that. That pass on target, and R.J. taking care of the rest.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Barrett. It's stolen by Green. On the wing, man. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Barrett. It's rebounded by Salon. Charlotte trailing. That's a 2 from Smith. Pass to man. Screen by Nurkic. To the inside. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Here's DiVincenzo. The Hornets pull it in.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Now, here's Nurkic. And here is DiVincenzo. Still without a basket. Knocks down the 3-ball. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors. Man up top. He has 5. Here's Filipowski. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Raptors out in front as they wrap up the second quarter on a 14-5 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Miller outside. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, powering through the foul there. Miller showing some serious intensity.
The Hornets shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. It's a one-point game. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that'll be the first of a two-game road trip for them. Outside, ball. There's the screen. Back to Miller. 5 to shoot for the lead. And no good. It's a close game here in Toronto. Nowitzki outside. Pass to Pirtle. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Nowitzki outside. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Deep 2 from Ball. It's good from the top of the key. Ball's got 6 points. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Nowitzki from deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Down low. Stolen by Quickly. And they're moving it up. Ingram wide open. And a miss there on the triple. And the Hornets with possession here. You know, whether he's coming off the bench or Brent starting, Immanuel Quickly can score.
IQ is something else. I mean, he finished 2nd in the 6th Man of the Year voting in one season. He's capable of putting up 30 as a starter or as a reserve, but it's a unique perspective to sit on that bench, watch the flow of the game, and come in and be impactful. IQ does that.
To the middle, Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pass the ball. Back to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
Nowitzki outside. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. Ball with it. He has 6. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Here's Quickly. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you'll find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Back to Miller. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Pass to Filipowski. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. Filipowski's got 13.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Shots good by Miller.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him. Allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Left side, Barrett. Over to the left wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for him.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. There's 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Man. Here's Salon. Barrett covering. Back to Man. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Nowitzki outside. Takes the 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And the game still closely contested as we end the 3rd quarter.
The Hornets, 41.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. The Hornets trail. Now, Man to take the lead. A 3-pointer is right on target. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Pass to Nowitzki. Shoots a fader, and the shot goes in.
A crucial breakdown defensively, and he was quick to make them pay.
You might see this in the early part of the game, but at this stage in the game, that's just really something unacceptable. He's a great mid-range scorer.
It's Ingram on the wing. Here's Shed. Kicks it out to Nowitzki for the three. It's rebounded by Salong.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
From past the arc, frames the three-pointer. Salong's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Nowitzki for three. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. And now a 4-point Toronto lead. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Toronto.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The drive-by ball. And he gets it to go.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Ball with it. And now by Barnes. Miller outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Fast break. Here come the Raptors.
Gigantic basket by Barnes. This guy's not afraid.
Hornets trail 5-4. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Miller. From outside the arc. Hands it from downtown. Miller's got 15 points here in the second half.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
Nowitzki left side. 6 to shoot. No good with the elbow jumper.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
And Williams slams it in. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Filipowski. That three off the mark. Charlotte in the lead. Miller with the ball. And now by Barnes. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Pass to Nowitzki. Shoots over Bridges. Misses off the left iron. The Hornets on offense. Miller right side. And here is Williams. Back to Miller. Ingram comes with the double team. Outside, ball. Gets the three to fall.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game? Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And they'll take that freebie. That technical foul bumps up the lead.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Miller. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. 13 fouls.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
Miles Bridges.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Nowitzki outside. It's blocked, and he recovers it. He blocks it again. And so it's Charlotte with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll do it, folks.